Welcome to Special Assignment. I'm Army Sergeant Mike Wetzel. Finding and keeping men and women in the military has become a bit more challenging with today's vibrant economy. But the Defense Department's senior enlisted leaders told Janet Langhart-Cohen that they're telling young folks a career in the military can still be a rewarding experience. Sergeant Major Lewis Lee told Mrs. Cohen that today's Marine Corps is recruiting a certain type of individual.
We're going after hard diploma high school graduates. We're going after people who don't have any real moral problems. We're going after people who are physically fit to start the evolution that we put them through. I'm not sure we always did that. In fact, I know we didn't. Let's face it, when you have a draft that's applicable to almost everyone, then the recruiting requirements aren't as strenuous because you know you're going to get your people, whether you recruit successfully or not. Today, we don't do that. We don't have a draft.
I think the Army provides a young person today with a tremendous opportunity, job skills, the ability to learn some leadership. Then they make their decision. If they want to get out and use some of the recruiting tools that we're using, Army College Fund or bonus, and go on and go to school, that's okay. But come in and learn a little bit about themselves and grow and mature.
What would you say to the young airman who's serving now as to why he should stay or she should stay?
You know, senior leadership, the President, the Congress are starting to listen to the force as they talk about pay comparability, as they talk about retirement, and some of those things that have been impacting quality of life for several years now. So I'm very confident that, you know, we're going to get some solutions to that as well. So I'm very optimistic about our force. You know, we have some of the most talented people in the world. We can always overcome adversity. We do everything that our nation asks us to do. And I think that we're going to remain that optimistic, enthusiastic, totally dedicated force as we go into the next century.
What I think we find ourselves in right now, the situation we find ourselves in right now is sort of an anticipatory stage where people are sort of trying to figure out what to do. They're waiting to see what happens. They know they've been heard, and they're now waiting to see what the delivery is. And so all of them, when I talk to them now, they're pleased that it's being addressed, but they're waiting to see what
because
the results
that's reflected in our retention, and
it
is that we're understaffed on a lot of our carriers in particular.
Well, in general, we're about 2,200 billets short, 1,800 of those at sea. And we're in the process of putting a lot of things in place to recapture those individuals. You have to grow sailors. It's not something that can be fixed overnight.
We need to make sure the people we bring in are the right ones and the ones who can do it, and a certain number of them will stick. So we have to go after the best young men and women America has.
Janet Langhart-Cohen getting views from the Defense Department's senior enlisted leaders on recruiting and retention. On our next special assignment, Mrs. Cohen talks to the Navy's top enlisted sailor, Master Chief Petty Officer of the Navy, James Hurt. You can write to Janet Langhart-Cohen at Special Assignment, AFRTS News Center, 601 North Fairfax Street, Room 360, Alexandria, Virginia, 22314, or by email at special@dodmedia.osd.mil. From the AFRTS News Center in Washington, I'm Army Sergeant Mike Wetzel.
This is the Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.